And we are going. What is going on with everybody, man? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Orange Dungeon, giving it to you real, raw, rugged. And I got somebody on the other line, man. A very special individual, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who we got here today?
Oh, $2 Fabo. Oh, this is Fabo D4L. What's happening, man?
Hey, man. Nothing too much. A nigga's very excited about this, bro.
Yeah,
I've done over 200 interviews, man. This is definitely one of my ones I've been waiting for, bro. When I got the go for this one, I was like, all right, it's gonna be a goodie, man. So before we even get to this, I want to say I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. I really
man, I love
appreciate
to talk. Let's do it.
that. Yeah, man. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Never better. Never better in my life.
Bro, I love your energy. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main reasons. I want to talk about the music, but just the energy that you give off is so infectious. I watched your 85 South Show interview. That's
Yeah,
one of my favorite interviews of the year, bro. The way that all of y'all was kicking it,
yeah,
uh,
that crew, that my homies, man.
that was
They're my
good shit,
homies.
bro.
Yeah,
Was it as fun as me watching it? Like, was you just like having fun
yeah,
over
man.
there?
I mean, one of the first times I did television was with Wilding Out and stuff like that. You know, when I came back or whatever, because I took a hiatus from the game, and having Chico and these guys walk me through that, it was kind of, more of a comfortable atmosphere once I got to do the 85 South show. In addition to that, having these guys as your friend off the camera, it gives greater confidence for a better conversation. So yeah, I thought it was dope, man. It was dope interview. DC Young Fly. Oh, we $2. Oh, I was lit.
Bro, that nigga almost headbutted you at least 5 times doing that
Yeah, man.
shit,
I'm
bro.
let him tell it. He didn't do it nan time, so yeah,
Oh
man.
my
It's
god.
always fun though interacting with this generation. Just bridging the gap.
And me growing up, I'm a Florida nigga, and but growing up in the South, you gotta have tough skin because you already know niggas gonna
Facts.
roast you, niggas gonna do this. I'm wearing a bonnet in the South, you know
Yeah,
niggas is on my head, so I gotta know how
yeah.
to roast. So watching that, I'm looking at the comments and niggas talking about, hey man, why Fabo don't like Chico? I'm like, man, Fabo got no problem with Chico, man. They just joking around, and I could tell
Yeah,
niggas ain't built the way, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas ain't grow up roasting, niggas ain't growing up having fun, and
yeah.
yeah, man,
Some people,
I
I
don't know
mean,
if you seen that
yeah.
or not.
Some people just not used to that type of humor. But where we from, as soon as you walk up, I don't care if you're a new rapper, new artist. I don't care who you is, how much money you got. First thing somebody gonna do, but bro, you got some dust ass shoes on. Like, bro, you can just get out of Maybach or a Benz, whatever. Like, nigga don't care. Like, if you got a monkey outfit on, because I had a partner, man. He was he gonna get me. He had a goddamn loud ass suit on, man. I'm talking about. He get out the car and he walking like he dropped something. Like, what going on, bro? He checking himself out. I was like, this man checking himself out, man. You know what you put on before you came out the house. Like, man, we country niggas, dog. That's just what it is. You feel me? So we tease each other about it. I guess we teasing each other about being country. That's fucked up, you know. But yeah, man, I just think you gotta have tough skin anyway because it's a tough game out here, man. And I'm lurking.
For
I be
sure.
waiting to drown somebody out. I don't. Don't get mad at me. Don't beat me up. I'm just joking.
Bro, look,
It's all fun and games at the end of the day.
I ain't really had to roast a nigga in a minute, man. But when I got on
I
here,
can't fight anyway, so I can run. So you gotta know I'm joking. I was at this Halloween thing the other day, and I'm joking with this girl on stage. I'm joking her like, "Girl, you got them fishnets from such and such. You must win in Target in the front part of that guy, And they had them on the blue light special. I'm just like, when going in, and this dude just like kind of bumped me. Boom! I looked back and I just looked up. He reminds you, it's a Halloween party, so everybody like dressed up, and I'm up here like MC and telling jokes and stuff. So I'm like, I turn around and I look like, dude, I swear it's like the movies. I look up at this dude. He like 6'7" or something like that. He told me, I was like, and what's your name? He told me, that's my girl, and I am deaf. I turned around. I was like, man, this dude finna knock the hell out of me. I was like, I just gotta do it. He said, Caesar is here. Dude, I just knew he was gonna hit me. I just knew he was a big sport about it though. He was just like, I said, It could have been a punch.
Oh
I'm
my
just saying, it
gosh.
could have been a punch. Like I knew he was going. I was like I'm bracing up and stuff. Because you know, if you got that comedian in you, it's like I got this whole crowd hanging. It's like Caesar is here. That nigga had a monkey mask on, but that shit was funny as hell.
See, I grew up roasting niggas, so I mean, and you grew up roasted too, so I know you done experienced when you killing the nigga. A nigga will
Yeah,
start with you, and you come
yeah,
back. You don't even want to roast. You come back at a nigga, then he go on. When you kill him, he go on. I bet you won't beat my ass, though. I'm like, bruh,
yeah,
I don't want to fight
yeah.
you,
Like,
bruh.
don't get mad, like, bro. Why you mad, bro? That's where that line come from. That one line, "Why you mad, bro?" had to
Yeah,
come from that saying. You know, it's just don't get mad. Like, especially, I hate when people start it. Like, oh, now I'm the victim. Like, bro, like you literally walked up and said, "Boy, you ugly as a motherfucker. Boy, you ugly ass. Boy, you stupid as hell. Boy, you old dumb ass nigga." Like, you know, it's just crazy. But when you get the best of nigga, oh, you know what it is though. You know what it is. All y'all niggas know what it is. You laugh.
nigga started talking about where he grew up at, how many niggas he done killed. I'm like, bruh, we playing.
Hey, why you bullshit? Every time you get into it with a nigga, be like, nigga, I'm from 74 and goddamn, be like, nigga, I'm from Bankhead. That don't, but we in Hollywood.
Niggas is crazy, man, and
Yeah,
that energy that you give off, I feel like it translates perfectly to the music, and I kind of want to go back onto the first time I heard Fabo. Now I can't remember the first time I heard D4L. I just that's lost in my memory. But
yeah,
I know D4L before Fabo. But when I
yeah,
specifically heard a solo Fabo song, I was in the hood. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
yeah,
I'm in Moncrief getting my hair braided by this girl who now is stripping now, a very huge butt. This girl is very thick, and she braiding my hair and she playing songs off her phone, and she played this song, and it just boom, boom. Scott is calling me, and I'm
yeah,
like, what is this? And she playing it more and more. I'm like, I've never heard anything like this
yeah,
in my
yeah,
life. In my mind,
yeah,
I'm telling her like, hey, play that again. She keep playing it, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I just want
yeah,
to let you know, the first time I heard you, you were the most unique voice I had heard at that time in my life, because I had never
yeah,
heard anything
yeah,
like that, and to this
yeah,
day, still never heard anything like it. So,
yeah.
bro, you are such a unique talent, man. It's crazy to me,
I,
bro.
I definitely do my best to push the issue. I wake up every day and say I'm gonna do a song like this guy right here, and then when I go in the booth, it comes out differently. I'm like, that is not what I wanted to do, you know. And the same thing with trying to go up here and do moves or dancing. I practice the other moves. I can do the wall and I can lock it and all of
Yeah.
that, but when I get on stage, it just come out as.
That's hilarious. And you know, most niggas gonna end up sounding like somebody because there's so many rappers. But me being a hip hop nigga, I know there's usually two rappers people bring up. They say ODB and Biz Markie. They kind of follow their own sound. Like nobody sound like ODB. Nobody sound like Biz Markie. And at that point, I can't imagine who sounded like you or who you sounded like at that point. So were there
Yeah.
people that you were influenced by around the time you made Scotty, or was that just you being completely
Nah,
you?
I just, I'm always looking at movies like The Five Heartbeats and shit like that. And you hear that nigga, I got nothing but love for you, baby. You always listening to that, the low dude and the Temptations,
Yeah.
and, Merry Christmas, baby. You hearing all of that stuff and growing up. And I guess, that lingers in your mind because the last song I had did was the Laffy Taffy.
Mm.
I'm looking for music bubble gum. And then you hearing this whole different character
Yeah.
on there. That's why I'll be like, stop too. I'm gonna stop taking over my session. I like to look at it as two different people in the booth, $2 Fabo. Like that's the Fabo is more like the tatted up, the loud screaming, yelling, and $2 is more of the what's happening, what's up, my partner, I see you, mi amigo, compadre, que paso. He was making appearances,
Yeah.
and you went paying him no mind though. He always been around, you know. But a lot of people like the crazy loud songs too, So it's dope.
You like I said, your alter ego, the way you can switch it up. You always reminded me like a hip hop version of what's the Wayne brothers? My brother. What happened?
Yeah,
Like you reminded me like a hip hop
Marlon
version of
Wayans there, yeah.
that.
Marlon cool as hell too,
I
man. I
interviewed
love
Marlon. He
Marlon.
cool nigga. He a cool
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
He a
I,
cool nigga.
I I love Marlon, man. Yeah, man. I grew up on a lot of this stuff, so I'm sure you see a lot of these characters. You know what I mean? Somebody was showing me him do the thing with his leg with the watches, whatever. I had never seen the movie
Mm.
or anything like that. I just did it at a club one night. I was like, grab the tee and wipe the feet like me. I think we had these big ass tees on. I was like, and just did this shit, and I was like, oh, I could do that shit. So that's crazy. That's great minds think alike.
And it's crazy to me because you doing these characters and you having these like split personalities in the booth and just the way you sound, bro, you was ahead of your time. Like you could have if you came out in 2020, like the meme era, the TikTok, like niggas, you would be crazy if you like just came out in 2020.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
have you ever thought about that? Like the fact that you actually
I
was
I
way ahead
I,
of the
I
curve.
kind of just came out in 2020. I'm like a meme. I got like 17 of them out there where you can see me dancing
Yeah.
in some type of way. So I look at it like I came out in 2020.
Mm.
I always say, man, I'm like a new artist out here sometimes because I'm doing it, period. I got the Krystals thing going on. So, I don't get this much time to really do a lot of the stuff that I want to do it, but I, the stuff that I need to do, I've been taking care of. I definitely put a couple of songs down recently or whatever. Was like, yo, let me put these things out there. I got with Zaytoven and Rosart, and we got this song called Jetpack coming. I did the song with Zack, which is the stick. You see me on the K Camp. New song, you hear me on the Drake remix of the Tootsie Slide. So, I'm definitely giving it a run for its money right now. But the things I want to do is stay at home and chill. And I just don't get a chance to do that anymore because of these things. So yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy to see like I think what really resurfaced you onto like the newer generation of people who probably never heard of you, like the younger folks, was
Yeah,
Tatted Up. When that Tatted Up meme
yeah,
came out, niggas like,
yeah.
who, what is this? And people really started to tap in, and I was
When
so
I
glad to
first
see
got
that.
my first tattoo, yeah,
I was so
yeah,
glad to see that, bro, because I was like, man, Fabo was always one of the people to me that if he
yeah.
was
I
like a
think the
new
first
artist,
place I came back was at Rolling Loud. That was the first event that I did when I came back. I think I did Rolling Loud.
mm.
And the first thing I did was went over to the daggone thing that say Rolling Loud and put my leg up and grab my feet. And that was the first one to go viral. Your kids would say, call your name 1,000 times only to do this when you turn around. You know what I mean? And that shit went viral. So, I
Yeah.
mean, being different, period, I think people like different. That's why when you see a new dance move, that's why when you see the Renegade or anything like that, you instantly are the wall or something, you instantly attached. But I just remember when I came out with D4L or whatever, I was the dance side of the group. Nobody in the group didn't dance. I used to have to get them to do it. You just, bro, R.I.P. Shout Low, man. Shout Low. He just was not the one to be trying to do no dance moves or whatever.
I mean, he had his little running in place dance that he was
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
back in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. But you see how it was. Though. He had to make up even then he had to make up his own step or whatever. But I just remember, the only people you had was you had the Gucci and the Jeezy stuff going on. You had all these different artists, Bun B, Outkast, and all of them was going crazy or whatever. So, I had never seen nobody get in front of the camera and just start dancing. And so when you look at the Young Thug, I feel like Fabo video.
Mm.
He literally used the one of those videos that I was doing, and he put it on his video, and I was like, wow. I remember when I did that video, it was on the first little couple of Ustreams that I did, and nobody was on there looking like ain't nobody even care.
Mm.
And I'm on there like, you can take your golf thing and you can, I'm doing all of that shit. When I see TikTok nowadays and people put their camera down the same way and they do that, and I was like, I had like 30 videos up of me just doing it because I couldn't find nowhere online because all I was getting was like Kevin Federline and Justin Timberlake dancers and shit back then. Nobody was doing no choreography videos.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
And that's crazy. Even if you say Ustream, that's such a throwback. Like, how many rappers were utilizing Ustream like that? You know what I'm saying? I can only think of like a handful. So, like, what made you even hop on that wave back then?
Oh, my homie, I was in Japan and he was like, yo, won't you use this new thing that YouTube got to broadcast your show tonight? And I was like, how the hell I'm gonna do that? Like we can see your show while you doing it. It was all choppy and stuff back then. It was nothing like it is now. But I think that was he was the first person to put me on it. And once I did it one time, I immediately realized, because I'm always up on my technology. I'm a tech freak right now. I got the Elgato, what's that, 4S 60 for 60 for 60 plus or something like that. Right now, I got a 32 stream deck. I be messing around on Ecamm, all that old type of shit. You know what I mean? So I be playing around with my streaming and stuff. I'll be on the Xbox playing the Mortal Kombat. I'm taking all comers. So yeah.
Oh, don't say that. I got a Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat right there. Don't say that. Don't say
Mortal
that.
Kombat 11.
Don't say that, Fabo. I got it right here, man. Don't say that,
Yeah,
Fabo.
bro, this might not be what you want.
Don't say that,
I'm
Fabo.
trying to tell you, bro. It might not be what you want. It's a whole nother avenue over here with this Geek Squad. I wouldn't even play you. I let my son play you.
Oh, that's like he said. How you gonna give it to your son?
You had to beat somebody around me to play me.
Hey, we gonna talk about it off camera. We gonna talk about it off camera. Are you on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch. Well, nah, we're doing Facebook gaming right now.
Oh, you Facebook gaming right now? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. How do people find that? Because I ain't even know that.
I mean, right now you can just follow me on. You can hit me on Xbox or whatever. Just follow me as a regular friend. I'm geeked up. I play.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
UMGIKD Just that. Hit me up to play. I'm up early in the mornings. I love to play early in the morning after the workout. I whip some ass. Ain't no problem.
For sure. I guess it kind of rewinded a little bit. To kind of go back to them D4L days. I guess to kind of like start off with Scotty. When that song was made, was there a lot of people in the studio? And if so, I want to know like what was their like reaction or before the song even dropped, like when they heard it, like were people like, "Is this crazy?"
Nah, actually, this version is the second version of the song. The first version of the song or whatever was one of the reasons why, Shawty Lo and D4L, came to me in the first place. I think I was already doing shows everywhere. I had this other song called "Oh" and stuff like that. Mook B was hollering at me all the time or whatever. I knew Lo's sister from this program that we went to, and one of those days I just walked up. So when we started putting the album together, because we had an album before this album, which was the "Bet You Can't Do It Like Me" album. See, people don't know "Bet You Can't Do It Like Me" was out before Laffy Taffy, and that just so happened to be our second major single. But in the beginning, "Bet You Can't Do It Like Me" was reigning supreme in Atlanta. That's what made franchise make the lean with it, rock with it when they stole my dance. But yeah, man, I went in the studio one morning. My homeboy had got shot like 17 times. And I went in the studio that morning. It was like me, a couple of more people, maybe this girl and my homie Blaze, and somebody else. I just dropped that shit. Like, I think it was in like 3 takes. And I was performing that song everywhere before Lo was like, yo, I'm about to just go ahead and put this thing together. And, he put it together and we went back in. Actually, the story is funny, man. Stuntman got into it. And Stuntman went and recorded Stuntman. I got mine, Stuntman, And I was like, where you get that beat from? And he was like, I went to Barry and got this beat. I was like, I'm just get Barry to do me one too. I was like, it's so hard as hell. And I went over there, and me and Barry was over there. We went over there with Mike Carey. And Mike Karen was like, man, why don't you add these geeked ups in there or whatever, you know what I mean? And I was like, man, I don't want to change my song. Man, and I was all, because everybody had been listening to it for so long or whatever. And in addition to that, it was just like one of those party favorites. Like, you feel what I'm saying, already. Before D4L jumped off, like, Low, we was all already listening to a slower version of it. And we did the right guy, went back in the front, starting to see spaceships on bank, yeah. And the rest is history, dude. Like, that was the second version.
That's crazy. And I mean, just look at this album, Down for Life. It's so many hits on here, bro. I didn't even realize I really went back from Laffy Taffy to Scotty to Bet You Can't Do It Like Me to I Love Bankhead. That's one of my favorite songs.
The Bankhead is a hood favorite,
That's one of the ones.
Yeah, Bankhead is a hood favorite. I was actually still in jail because the album came out while I was in jail. Like, I didn't see the first part of it. You feel what I'm saying? I was I was kind of like the trouble child.
Really? So that came out 2005. Like, how long you was in jail in between that?
Yeah, I was the problem child around in there. I may have went to jail maybe 2 or 3 times in that stretch. Like, I was running.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah, you can't outlive your past just because you got a deal.
That's
you always remember that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And just looking at like I said, there's so much crazy stuff in here from Laffy Taffy. And some always
Yeah.
wondered, did Laffy Taffy ever like have a problem with y'all using that like as y'all think, or they never hit y'all up about that?
Nah, we actually got sued by New Edition. Well, not New Edition. Somebody from that camp who owned the rights to the song or whatever. They had came at us, but not Laffy Taffy.
Interesting.
I think they was happy. I can see people still shaking their Laffy Taffy right now.
No, for sure. No, that's good promotion right there, man. And I didn't even know. I know you just kind of alluded to it, but I got an older homie named Amp, and he was like, yeah,
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, they was responding to them franchise boys when they was like, you fucking thieves. I was like,
yeah,
that's what he talking about. I didn't even know that till like a couple
yeah.
days
Because
ago.
they had jumped off, and at the time we was young, we didn't understand what was going on or whatever, how the music industry worked. So, we immediately started feeling like, man, y'all supposed to be looking out for us or whatever.
Yeah,
But when we got on the road and we seen how you on the road in the beginning and you got to go out there because you're thinking that you popping. But when your song jump off 9 times out of 10, it just jump off where you live in your neighborhood, kind of the surrounding areas and stuff like that. When you go on the road, you got to sell this shit to people who don't even like Atlanta music.
yeah.
So, and 9 times out of 10, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? You'd be like, man, what the fuck is this shit? But the girls just always loved it. Like, but you know how I felt with some DJs and radio personality that, I ain't even like this fucking song at first, but my girl kept playing it. It was like, it wasn't for you anyway, partner. Like you said, girls shake that Laffy Taffy. Like, why you listening to it?
That's a fact. And it's crazy because did you like when you were out to see the success? Did you ever like see the pushback from up north people? Because I know a lot of people had problems
Man,
like from the north about that.
it was pushback from everybody.
Everybody.
But I say this to anybody who ever criticizing anybody for a song ever made. When that person is homeless and sleeping in his car, he wish he had your phone number. Same person who's saying that shit is trash. You know what I mean? Because all the nigga trying to do is stop eating ketchup sandwiches. And if you call your fucking phone when he's sleeping in the car and homeless, then he would do that. But instead, he go in a fucking room for 8 hours a day and sing his fucking heart out. You know what I mean? Until he get a Laffy Taffy. And then the rest is history. So you sit the fuck on the sideline and you watch. And the reason why they talking is because they didn't make it first. They have to change their whole program. They have to switch up everything that they believe in, trying to keep up with the wave. And as you can see with Drake and other people saying they snapping like they Fabo, my wave never ended. So niggas who was mad at me then, I know they hate me now. I'm one of only 6 artists to have a #1 single and be named in the #1 single.
That's a flex right there. That's a bar. You gotta put that in a bar right there. You gotta put that in a
Yeah,
song.
I think it's like Mick Jagger, Puff Daddy, and a couple more people, maybe Elvis or somebody else. Michael Jackson
That's crazy.
was the most named. But yeah, just throwing that out there for those people who hated on me.
Now
You
talk
know,
your shit,
so
man. Talk your shit.
I do
That's
got a
hard.
couple of, I do got a few platinum plaques for that Laffy Taffy. Maybe about 3.
And that's real hip hop, bro. Like niggas who know hip hop, it started off of party music. Just having fun, turning up. So
Yeah.
I ain't see why people had a problem with it in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
But people been dancing ever since then, though. Have you noticed that? I can think of a couple of people that was doing it before us that one hot one time, and I had faintly heard Cupid at the time or whatever with the Cupid Shuffle. That was kind of coming up at that same time. But nobody in the world was dancing unless you was watching the Usher videos or,
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake videos or Britney Spears or somebody like that. Or Michael Jackson dancers or something like. Nobody went doing exactly what I was doing. I mean, turn the camera directly on me, stand in one place, move my fucking feet, my leg, all of that shit. Put the on. Nobody went doing that shit. Like right after that shit, you got the Soldier Boy, which was dope with the Superman shit. You got the Dougie, which kind of lingered on until the woe. You feel what I'm saying? And and then you got always had the Memphis thing with the Memphis Juke, and that's always been around. Like, them niggas untouchable. Like, you got some legends. Like ain't nobody gonna never fuck with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
them niggas too good.
For sure. Like them Chicago niggas and shit. Like they've been juking forever. So that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you can't fuck with that shit. It's just stay in your lane.
And it's hard, bro, because it's hard because you influenced way back then into 2020. I see you with niggas who influencing now like Zach Fox. You know what I'm saying? He doing the
Yeah,
comedy and the music. You know, and to see
yeah.
him
Zach,
link up with
Zach
you,
is
that's
cool
amazing,
as shit.
bro. He's so
Zach,
cool.
cool as shit. Zach, did you see the picture he posted when he said he just turned 30?
I did. You somebody he just posted like a couple hours ago. Yeah, I seen that. I did see that with the gun. Yeah, I seen that. That nigga crazy, man.
Like life is a motherfucker already. Like,
How you link up with bro?
I mean, Zach reached out to me, man. I was already under my being kicking in, so from just having memory, lapses myself at once upon a time in that world. I can't remember any of that stuff now, But yeah, he reached out to me, and I can relate to his movement, and he that turned me on to a whole new wave of music. I wasn't listening to him and Father and all of those guys over there. I was like, wow, this shit is dope. It's basically what I am, what I'm doing, and stuff like that. So, and then Zach is an icon already, man. This dude is legendary. Just one post might just have you laughing for 3 days. Like,
Nah, Zach Fox. That's like a dream interview for me. That's like an interview I gotta set up like one day. So to see y'all come together, that was hard to me. And I think
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I was looking at an interview with you, and you said when y'all did the video, like you didn't even want to leave, like you was having that much fun on the set, right?
Yeah, I was having fun. Like, we was over there, but I had to leave and go do another video, and they were still shooting and stuff. And I was like, man, I just want to sit here and watch how this comes out.
It came out fire.
I thought it was dope.
It came out fire. It definitely came out fire.
Came out real good. Yeah,
Yeah,
came out real good. Shout out to Nikki Sweets. She dope.
Is that the girl who she was twerking? That's the girl who.
Yeah, she was doing her thing.
She was doing her thing. She was doing her thing. She was definitely doing her thing.
You should have seen it when you should have seen like some of the outtakes with Big Boy back there that was on the left. Yeah. He was twerking too for a minute. Zach was like, "No, we good, we good." That was so Jesus.
Oh man, that's hilarious. And then it's crazy because you can go from a song like that, and then that K Camp song is also equally as crazy to me, bro. Like you are in your bag 2020, bro. You doing your thing,
yeah,
man.
I mean, I figure, when I left and went on my hiatus, you knew every song that I ever made, word for word. Like, I don't think I put out any bad music. Mm-hmm. So walking back up, I mean, I figure I gotta make a bad song before you wash me up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think people with age, they just figure, oh man, this nigga shouldn't be doing this or whatever. So that's why I be trying to wash niggas. You know what I mean? Because I don't play. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my vocab is sick. Just because you hear me doing the Laffy Taffy shit, like, you gotta go back and listen to me and Young Dro. See, me and Young Dro was a group, and all we did was battle every day. Like, that's how we met. Like, somebody came in Bankhead one day, was like, yo, you ought to go battle this nigga here at the Ridge. He scooped them cousin or whatever. And I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck who I battle, nigga. Let's go. And me and Dro, every time we seen each other, like, he said, what's up to Fabian? He even put my name in his new song or whatever. I'm gonna get him for that. But just you got to go back to that first Type Life Training Camp album with Drama on there. Pastor Troy, we had Pastor Troy on there. We had, it was me, Drama, Tommy Gunn, and Dro. We was a group called the Type Life Training Camp, and me and Dro was roommates and shit. And you got to go back to that period to hear me, because now I just feel like people want to have fun. So you don't get that stuff out of me like you used to. Like, I'm on the police knocking on my door with the TV. I said I was over the Georgia line. I committed a homicide, running for my life the year 2000. I remember all of those songs. Like, I know that shit. I had this song called, "But if you're down on your luck, say, oh, oh." Well, I came over with the old shit. If you don't give a fuck, say, oh. If you're smoking on your only new pole or your last bag of draw, you're the one I want to hear say, oh, that shit be jamming too. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back, man, because I mean I know you get creative before that, because you got shit like, I'm the doctor, the patient got to see me. Like, that's one of my favorite Fabo songs right there. Because that's creative. I love that. I love that. I love. Is that song on the tape?
Nah, I just did that with Chameleon there out loud or whatever one day. It was just straight freestyle. I learned the freestyle, went to DJ Brad
Mm.
studio down in Atlanta, and DJ Brad dropped the beat to it, and then I put a second verse on it. So I thought it was dope, but I never really put it out. You know, I hear a couple of artists come out with these takeoff songs or whatever, so I guess they heard it too.
And I guess to kind of fast forward to today, man, one of the most important things you got going on is the crystal thing. You know, I'm from Florida,
Yeah,
so it's nothing
yeah.
but crystals down here. I got a crystals 5 minutes away. I haven't tried the Fabo meal out yet, though, so I'm sorry, man. I'm going to definitely try it out for the Yova. I meant to go try it for the interview, but I've been running, ripping around. So, how did that happen, bro? How did you link up with crystals? That's
Bro,
crazy.
I had a buddy down at Butter Dot ATL. Shout out to Butter Dot to ATL. You know, it's one of the media companies here. They hooked me up with the Dagger Agency. And yeah, the rest is history. It was dope. You know, Krystals. They got the new slider is grilled. You know, because people be complaining about different stuff with the sandwiches or whatever. You know, I guess they switched it up. But my sandwich was totally new. I had the country fried steak sandwich, whatever. You know, and it was totally new. So if you didn't like Krystals at first, you gotta love Krystals. Now they switching it up. So yeah, it's
I'm
dope.
sure you gotta slide on the Fable meal, and I don't want to keep it for too long, but I do have two more things I gotta bring up because I was
Yeah,
on your Instagram and I seen you was with the legend, man. I mean, it's no surprise you know him, but I didn't know like where this relationship began. At you was
yeah,
with my boy OJ the Juice Man, man. I
yeah,
love OJ,
yeah,
man. How
yeah.
y'all and OJ like know? Like, do y'all have a song together? Because I
Nah,
never heard y'all
OJ,
on the
man,
record.
OJ got whole albums together. Like,
Really?
yeah, man, OJ got whole albums together, man. OJ was the man too. Like, you know, when Low first opened up the studio, like, you know, we didn't have anybody in there, you know, really serious about it, but the group. Like, you
Mm,
know, we had certain songs that we were singing and stuff like that. But OJ, he started coming around, and I wasn't even doing beats like that, but we didn't have any tracks.
yeah.
So that's basically how the Scotty track came along too, because I was just starting to do tracks. And the reason why Scotty didn't have a clap in the original, that's why I said the original one didn't have a clap in it. It was like doom 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 gloom, and because I didn't have a clap, I used that extra bass in there. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So because I did that track too, so you know, but it's crazy, man. You know, OJ came in there. He was like, "Man, I need a beat. I need a beat." And we just started doing songs. He'd come over there every day, and I started hanging with him over at the Libra. That was the first time I seen Gucci perform
Mm.
and stuff like that. Gucci had that club on lock way back then and stuff. And we was at the Palace. With me and OG used to go from the Pool Palace to Club Libra to the Blaze, and we used to be rocking out. That's my dog.
Man, they
He'll
don't.
park his car. He was the first dude I ever seen with the Chevrolet, with the box Chevy, the 4 with on the 26s, sitting up on the big rims. He'll come up there and pull in front of the studio. I'll be like, yeah, that's my homeboy, my partner. You know what it is. Like back then, you know, that shit was huge. And OJ already had all that shit.
See,
Jewelry, everything. He already had all that shit.
so they probably give him his credit in Atlanta, but outside of Atlanta, bro, I don't feel like OJ get the credit he deserved,
Bro,
man.
he don't want it. Like, he don't care. Like, he know he's solid.
Mm.
He a real one. Like, he one of the really, bro. Like, if you wanted to know a real nigga, like, man, get up out his bed in the middle of the night, bro, come help you. Like, he just one of them type of dudes. Like, always have been. And
I
he a man, his word.
I remember I interviewed him and just couldn't be as cool in the other side of the pillow, bro. Just about the coolest
Yeah,
person of all
yeah,
time, man.
yeah,
Super
yeah.
cool, man. I remember we was talking about people who get permanent goals in their mouth, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, what you say to them because they breath be stinking? He was like, boy, they breath be stinking, man. Brush your teeth, man. He was like, hey, he's just a funny dude, man. He was just a cool dude,
Yeah,
man.
man. LJ, he laughing all day long, man. He's just real serious. And his work ethic is crazy. Like, that dude work ethic is real crazy. He always working. So yeah, yeah. He was one of the first people that we just really locked in and started doing songs.
For sure, for sure. And hey man, lastly, and I'm gonna let you get out of here. We kind of done talked about Jeezy and Gucci, and you being an Atlanta
Yeah,
dude. What you think of that versus, man? That was that seemed like
yeah.
something to be important for Atlanta.
I thought it was dope for the culture. I thought it was dope for the culture. I think the culture needed it. I think it's a lot of young cats can take a lot of notes from it. And yeah, man, I'm glad they had a chance to hash that thing out and get it right, you know, and hopefully future generations can take notes.
For sure, for sure. I almost forgot. I had one fan question from my guy
Yeah.
Ampavelli, man. He said this is my favorite rapper of all time. I know it's one of his favorite rappers. He said, "Did you ever get a chance to bump into or speak to Ghostface after he kind of like went at y'all?"
Oh nah. That's just goes to show you. I haven't heard anybody name dropping Ghostface. So whatever he was trying to accomplish at that time, you know, I hope he did it,
Yeah,
for himself. But I always listen to Wu Tang. I still do listen to Wu Tang, from time to time. And that's it. Like I never even thought about it until then. You feel what I'm saying? I remember the videos and stuff, but I just like it just goes back to what I said earlier. If you ain't know the man when he was sitting in the car homeless and sleeping in his car, and now you know him that he ain't eating ketchup sandwiches no more. He made this song in a closet, so I don't see what that is to you or anybody else out there. So I'm quite sure if I ever met these people in person, they'll see that I'm a cool cat or whatever. We'll talk about it. But other than that, I never even thought about it.
hey man, you're a positive brother. I appreciate
Yeah.
you sliding through, man. If you got any last words for the people, let it be known.
Hey man, quit wasting people time. Make a goddamn hit.
Hey man, and it's like that. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play, and y'all holla at your
Prejudice.
boy.